My mom will never win a Nobel Prize. Let me elaborate on that.
Welcome to the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's topic, identity. I'm going to be talking about mom. I'm going to be talking about my first golf coach. And we'll just see where it goes. So, I had a good couple conversations about identity the last couple days. Identity decides your behaviors, decides the way you feel, right? So if you start off with like, oh, I've just never been a fit person, or I've never been a happy person, or whatever it is, like that's gonna really dictate the way that you go about your day, right? So the title of this episode is going to be, My Mom Will Never Win a Nobel Prize. Let me elaborate on that. My mother will tell you she's won many accolades in her life. Love you, Mom. I want to stress the importance of who everybody is and some of the things that you do, and I want to value those things, and I'm going to touch on 3 points for that. Number one is you're so much more than what you do or what your name is or where you're from or your job or who your father was or anything like that. To constrain someone in a box like that, you're so much more than that. I've never really liked that question. Well, what do you do? Well, I do a lot of things. I can do a handstand, I can lift weights, I can play golf, There's so much more than what you do that defines who you are. And I think the question, who you are, is really talking about what values do you have and what kind of person are you. So I think you're so much more than what you do. That doesn't define you. The next one, which is the title of the episode, My Mom Will Never Win a Nobel Prize. So I want to elaborate on that. My mom might never win a gold medal in the Olympics. I don't know yet. I saw her in the backyard with a badminton stick, so I'm going to let that play out. But I don't think that she'll win a gold. I don't think that she'll win a Nobel Prize. I don't think she'll be nominated for an Emmy. I'm sure she might have a couple Tony Awards. Tony Awards is the singing one, right? Mom's got a voice. Mom knows how to sing. I won't even go off on that. Mom knows how to sing. I don't know that there's a lot of things in her life that she may not do. My mom is the single most person that I love in this world. And I would do anything for her. And the impact that she has on her sphere of influence is absolutely incredible. Over the last couple days, I've met a few people that talk about how there's no coincidences in life. And I know I had Danny on a couple days ago, and you can check that out. And it's funny how you meet one person and then that leads you to something else, which takes you to this chiropractor who introduces you to someone else, and all of a sudden all the dots connect, and it's funny to kind of trace it back and see how life works like that. So my mom is someone who's had an extraordinary impact on my life. And just because she hasn't, starred in a blockbuster film, or she hasn't written a best-selling book, it doesn't mean that she doesn't have value in this world. I look at all the people that are in her life, and she absolutely transforms the people that are around her. And it's okay if no one ever writes about that in a book. I'm going to start right here, Mom. Start preaching your good news. So I don't want you to think even if you work on a cruise ship, you work like cleaning up the cruise ship, that your job and what you do doesn't have value. Some of the things like giving someone a smile or just a little word of encouragement is huge. It's absolutely huge. And I've had several experiences in my life. I know my dad certainly has. There was a guy that he met a long time ago that he was flying who was a CEO of sorts, made a lot of money, but didn't look like the stereotypical nice suit, nice clothes, and he carries himself well. He was just a really, really nice guy. And he's like, hey, you mind me asking how you made your fortune? And basically what it came down to is he had an idea and he just decided to do something about it. And no matter how small your idea is or your sphere of influence, you can really make an impact that shifts the way this world is going. And someone who's done that for me is my first golf coach. I would really call this gentleman, Eric was his name, my first golf coach. And just some of the lessons in watching him play was really inspiring, that as I trace it back is kind of the not the genesis of who I am, but a huge impact. Someone I only saw 5 times in my life. I went Monday to Friday to this camp, if it was even Monday to Friday, only a couple days. And I remember him giving me a gift that just, it was incredible what it's grown into. So a golf instructor up on Stratton Mountain in Vermont was able to make an impact, so much so that 15 years later I'm talking about him. You know, maybe you're a teacher, maybe you're an electrician, you deal with people on a daily basis. You know, ask how they're doing. There's these little things that just go such a long way. A lot of us thinks it's a major overhaul in who we are and what we do to get to where we want to go. It's always like a little tiny shift, the little things. You know, what are you grateful for today? What, you know, have you thought about consciously who you want to become in all of this? We surround ourselves with people that drain us of who we really want to be. And sometimes you got to cut those people out. And that's how life goes. So, identity. Here's the actionable item for the day. How do you want other people to remember you? What are 3 things that when somebody brings you up to someone else that they say about you? What are 3 things you want to be remembered by? It's not going to be your depth of knowledge on Breaking Bad or maybe it is. I don't know. 26 years old, I don't know nothing about anything, but I have your attention, which is great. If I can ask any questions that'll just provoke you to think a little bit, that's all I'm doing over here. I just want to see you be the best that you can absolutely be. And don't we all want that? I want to see that in other people. I really feel that I've got something good going for me, and I just want to share it with people. It would be a tragedy if I wasn't able to express that gift to people. So here we go. That's it. So, Mom, prove me wrong. Go win that Nobel Prize. Later.